The truth is out there. Knowledge is power. This is the Prepper Podcast Radio Network. Are you storing food? Many preppers are storing food for months and years, but only have enough fuel stored for days or weeks. Stretch your fuel storage by harnessing the power of the sun with a sun oven. Food can be baked, boiled, or steamed at temperatures of 360 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit with the power of the sun. Depending on where you are located, you can use the sun for 50 to 80% of your cooking, allowing you to preserve your fuel storage for rainy days. Sun-baked foods stay moister and have less shrinkage and don't burn. Sun-baked roasts are tastier and more succulent, and sun-baked bread has unparalleled taste and texture. Water can be heated in a sun oven for purification or personal hygiene. For the past 25 years, sun ovens have been proudly made in the U.S. They are durable, have a long life, and come with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. For a discount coupon, email podcast@sunoven.com. That's podcast@sunoven.com.
Survival Warehouse is America's freeze-dried food and survival supply warehouse. Most of us know it, but are afraid to say it. The United States has reached a tipping point. The moral virtue and global leadership that allowed us to defeat the Nazis and win the Cold War is now part of our rapidly fading past. Survival Warehouse offers a complete supply of freeze-dried food, MREs, and survival supplies, along with 2,000 other products your family will need to be ready when America finally goes over the brink. All of our products are reasonably priced and completely sustainable. Think of it as an insurance policy on your family's future survival. Visit survivalwarehouse.com today or call 407-349-2525. That's survivalwarehouse.com. Shop today and get fast, free shipping along with a $150 gift card on most one-year supplies of freeze-dried food. Remember, www.survival-warehouse.com.
It has come to our attention that we're coming to the second year anniversary of the announcement by the Centers for Disease Control warning of the coming zombie apocalypse. And therefore, I am declaring by executive order that the month of February shall forever be known as Zombuary. The Prepper Podcast Radio Network is giving away a Chiappa 22 caliber handgun provided by MKS Supply to some lucky winner. Now, according to the Zombie Survival Guide, it is the 22 that is the best weapon for the job of putting down the undead. Michelle, dear, would you see what's making all that noise?
Okay, honey. Whatever. Send a woman to do a man's job? Spineless. You're all spineless.
Quick! Lock the door! We don't know when. We don't know where. But we know it will happen. So be prepared by entering the Prepper Podcast Radio Network Gun Giveaway, which runs from Zombuary 1st to Zombuary 28th, 2013. Go to www.prepperpodcast.com for more information. That's www.prepperpodcast, prepperpodcast.com for more information. We're getting in. Protect me.
He's no And welcome to another edition of Pioneering Your Way to Freedom. I'm the host, John Milandred, and it's been a very, very busy couple of weeks for me. Excuse me. I took and recently went down to Florida to the Survival Warehouse Ranch. I had a fantastic time down there filming for television. Brutal. I mean, we're talking 12, 14 hours a day for 4 days, plus about 3 days of setup. So the weather was great, but it was a brutal time. Survival Warehouse Ranch is also a part of survivalwarehouse.com. And it is a fantastic website, and I recommend it highly. They have over 3,000 products. They have food, MREs, camping gear, camping equipment, and so on and so on. So please visit their website. Also, I did recently a new website called johnmilandred.com. I try to post the shows there. I still have a lot of updates. And then I've been really getting into making videos. I just finished a plasticulture video, which is about 32 minutes, and it's an advanced growing system. Check that out. And recently I did 2 live animal traps from imperialproductsusa.com. Those were incredible. Most people don't stop to think about a survival live trap, but I did and tested it out. I'm very impressed. I actually want to purchase more of these traps for the survival situation. It just adds to it. Anything that you can actually have that benefits you, if you use it or not, by all means, buy it. So I finished that and went to Washington State, and that was fun. My dad is moving into an apartment, so I took and gathered a bunch of stuff and came back, actually drove back to southeast Oklahoma. So I've been gone for a little while, but I'm back now, and been remodeling the old homestead. I think I mentioned once before that I actually have a hot water tank now, so it's pretty neat to jump into the shower anytime I want to and have hot water. You wouldn't believe the little things that we take for granted that we use every single day, but when you don't have them for so many years, you really, get accustomed to it, and then when you do have it again, you're really thankful for what you do have. And I think most of you know, just on a small recap, I grew up as a woodsman, spent a lot of time in the woods hunting and fishing. Both my parents taught me how to can and preserve and sow and do everything like our ancestors did, our great-grandparents. But I studied on my own as well, and it was always a passion of mine. So I always looked for new, innovative ways of doing things. But when we moved to southeast Oklahoma, I spent 3.5 years in the woods. I built a cabin, I built my stone oven, I went without normal things that you have. Yes, I did have a limited amount of power to run the radio station. I'm the founder of the Prepper Podcast Radio Network. Also the founder of Pioneer Living Survival. And so, of course I had to have a limited amount of power and internet for those. But everything else I did. No washing machine, no dryer, no stove, nothing. And so I am starting to do that because I think my 3.5 years of trial and tribulations is over. If I don't have to live like that, why should I? So that's what makes me different than, let's say, the stereotype survivalist. You see these guys on television, and they might have military expertise, or they might, have a lot of knowledge, but they go out for the weekend. You see them go out for 3.5 years and do it. So don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't survive without society, or you can't survive without modern things, because I have proved them absolutely 100% wrong. Now, this isn't the normal show, again, and I know I keep saying that. I think this is my 3rd one that I've said that, but sometimes you just can't get things off your chest well enough. And they bother me. I have a lot of time to think about it, and Just things upset me, especially when it pertains to the government or our state and different things like that. So if I do a little bit more ranting and raving, I do apologize in advance for this. So my last couple of weeks have just been hectic, but I had a lot of time to think on the drive back. And I hope you listeners out there are paying attention. I think on my last show I asked everybody to go to johnmilandred.com and just spend, a few minutes on there, just so I can record how many people are actually paying attention or even care. And I received one email and just, a modest amount of hits, even though, there was thousands of people that listen to this show. You're not really acting out anything. You're just listening to me ramble or listening to my teachings or helpful hints and suggestions, but that's it. I don't think you're really paying attention. So I don't know how long I'm going to do this. I really don't. I've been doing radio for 4 years now, and I'm starting to get more into the television aspects. We have another show possibly coming up. We have another show, Preparedness News, that we're trying to get everything worked out. And so that might be a little bit more helpful as well as my videos, rather than trying to explain things on the radio. I can't explain to you how to can, or I can't explain to you on different survival techniques or prepper techniques and stuff like that on the radio. It's extremely hard. I think the visual effects are a lot better. And that's what I want to try to focus on a little bit more, unless I get a tremendous amount of you that email me and say, no, you want me to continue. And then, what do you want me to continue with? The educational side, the rambling side, the prepper side. Give me some suggestions and ideas, and I'll consider them. If I don't hear from you, well, I'll consider just quitting. So I want to talk to you today about the government plans to include complete disarmament of the American citizens. And I know I've talked about our, Second Amendment rights and, the Bill of Rights and, gun control and stuff, but, I don't know if I could ever say it enough. And so that's why I'm kind of still rambling about it. It still bothers me. And you folks, the truth does not matter anymore. It really doesn't. The federal government is going to work to disarm us because they have to. Their plans include complete control over all resources of this planet, including our labor. With this kind of control planned, they can't take the chance that we won't go along with it and fight back. If they don't disarm us, their plans won't work. So they really have no choice. If we ever allow ourselves to be disarmed, we will be forced to live in tyranny under a government that is out of control. It has happened many, many times in the past. Look at the past. Look at the other countries that got disarmed. And look what's going on there and with their people. Does anybody ever remember Hitler? I mean, come on. Whether the government by the UN or not, they will be in control. They only understand force. I mean, obviously, because look at how many wars that we keep starting. It's like the United States is one big bully. And I'm not talking about the citizens. I'm talking about the government itself. We may have a civil war. And I sure hope not. I mean, I don't want anyone to even consider that. But, it's a possibility. And it's not going to be easy. But if that does happen and we have to stop a torrential government, we can prevail if we stand united. Was it Benjamin Franklin who said, "We must all hang together or we will surely hang separately"? That is so true. How true those words are. But we cannot give up our guns without a fight. Any of them.